So recently, I posted that I had met Dr. Anya Yasterboff, MD and PhD, kind of a pioneer in the field of GLP-1 medications. She wrote a book, Enough, that a lot of people had read about the disease of obesity. Now, I met her at the Your Weight Matters conference in July of 2026 in Orlando, Florida, and that conference was hosted by the Obesity Action Coalition. I had an absolute fabulous time at that conference and learned so much fantastic information that I still have yet to share a lot of the information. But I kind of wanted to pause that series to put out this video because I got an interesting comment from a viewer. Or maybe someone who doesn't even watch my videos, but someone that asked me kind of a question that really made me think that maybe we need to talk about what she had to say. And her question was, if obesity is a disease, how come many people can cure themselves by dieting? Well, as far as I know, based on all of the information that I have gathered, based on listening to medical doctors, PhDs, all of the information that I have spent hours and hours in researching, there is no cure for the disease of obesity at the moment. And what I wanted to talk today about is there is so much misinformation out there in the media. And sometimes it just takes a few minutes to do a little bit of research to actually find the real information and find out the truth about something as simple as the disease of obesity. And I think it's really hard, especially in this day and age when there is so much social media across multiple platforms. And there's a lot of things that are just not regulated that go unchecked. And obviously, people's intentions for putting out the content that they're putting out may not necessarily be up and up or kind of truly honest. Maybe they're just posting whatever's going to get them the most views versus actually posting information that is true and correct. Now, here on Amy Loses It, where I'm on a journey to lose 180 pounds and I am using a GLP-1 medication to assist me with this because I do have the disease of obesity. Kind of really, my goal here is to share my authentic journey, to uplift others, and to provide as much education as I can. Now, I do make sure that I spend as much time as I can and get reliable sources anytime that I'm sharing data with anybody. But there are a lot of people that do not. Lately, I actually just kind of had a meltdown about this on my live stream. Was that I keep seeing people promote over and over and over again actually stopping their GLP-1 medications. And I'm really not sure why. Is this something that's just really garnering them a whole lot of views? Or is it because people have this fear that they shouldn't be on the medications? Or is it a badge of honor? Hey, I lost all this weight. Now I can stop the meds. Like, somebody tell me because honestly, I don't know what the deal is. Like, why would you want to stop a medication that's treating your disease? If I was taking high blood pressure medication, I certainly wouldn't want to stop the high blood pressure medication if it was treating my disease. It's the same with like type 2 or type 1 diabetes, right? You're treating that disease. Now, type 1 diabetes doesn't really go into remission, but type 2 diabetes can through diet, through uh, lifestyle change, and through taking other medications can go into remission where you may be able to wean yourself off of certain medications. But that doesn't mean that you can take yourself off of all medications. It's kind of the same with like thyroid disease. If you have a dysfunction of your thyroid, you're using medication to bring it back into normal zones when, like, your doctor is testing your blood levels. But that doesn't mean you're just gonna up and stop taking your thyroid medication. Now, I can see that, yes, the medication is expensive. I pay 100% out of pocket for my medication, and it is a big financial crunch. That's why I started a YouTube channel because I needed to find some way to earn income to help pay for the medication. Uh, but I myself personally, because my disease of obesity is so severe that I would never dream of stopping taking my GLP-1 medication. But I guess there are other people out there that just think that that is the thing to do. Also, there are people who become overweight or even obese that may not necessarily have the disease of obesity, and maybe they do appear to be cured by dieting and changing their lifestyle, taking reducing their calories, changing the types of foods that they're eating, maybe getting in more movement. But they can't actually just throw all of that out the window when they reach their goal weight. They still are going to have to maintain a decently healthy lifestyle after that, right? They're still going to have to eat in a calorie range that's going to keep them in their goal weight. So, there really is no cure at the moment from all the information that I've read. Now, I know that Fractal is actually trying to develop a surgery that they believe could be a cure for the disease of obesity. I did watch an interview with the CEO and founder of the company, and he actually believes that we're still going to need to use the GLP-1 medications to allow our body to release the fat, to allow us to get to a set point that in our body that allows us to get to our goal weight. And then he believes that the surgery could keep us there for the future. So, that is something really, really fantastic that I'm looking forward to. Hopefully, maybe in the next 3 to 5 years, that could be something on the horizon. But I truly don't believe that there's anyone out there who's curing themselves of the disease of obesity by dieting. But again, like every single person is different. So, someone the other day, I heard them say, and I can't quite remember who it was. It might have been Gina at Anchor Moments who was quoting someone else, but everybody is different because every body is different. So each of us respond differently to each level of the medication. Each of us respond differently to the calorie intake. Each of us respond differently to the movement that we get in a day. So we can't ever generalize what someone else is doing and saying, oh, well, you're doing it wrong because maybe they're doing it right for their body. Now, I know that recently I reduced my calories to 1,200 calories per day, which is really tough. But again, I'm only 5 foot tall and 52 years old, and I have a very sedentary lifestyle. So when I did the math, and used an actual BMR, which is a basal metabolic rate calculator, to tell me what my um, calories that I need to sustain life, but a little bit more than just breathing. And I wanted to eat in a calorie deficit enough to lose 1.5 pounds per week. That I have to eat 1,200 calories. Now, where my challenge comes in is without the Zepbound medication. I will not lose weight, and I probably could even gain weight. That has happened to me many times over my life where I've made zero changes to my calorie intake and I may have put on 30 or 40 pounds in a month. And then sometimes I would not make any changes to my calorie intake and I might have lost 1 or 2, maybe 3 pounds in a month. But with the medication, it's allowing my body to release excess fat storage because my body no longer believes that I need to be at 300 pounds. So I've really made great strides in improving what I'm taking into my body. Sure, has my diet improved my health? Yes. But is it the thing that has cured my obesity? No, because I'm still in the 40s on my BMI. Has it cured any of my comorbidities? No, not at this point. Everything's still the same as it was, except I have lowered my A1C from a 5.5 to 4.9. So that has been fantastic. But honestly, because I didn't really eat that terrible before, I haven't really seen that great of improvement in any of my blood work, including my cholesterol. So if you are really seeing people out there that are claiming that they're curing their obesity by dieting, uh, just really kind of look at the rest of their content that they're putting out. Like, do you think that they are really out there to provide you factual information, or are they out there to get the views? So that's really what you have to think about when you're really taking what someone has to say and trying to apply it to your life. How much faith and trust do you put in what they're presenting? Now, look, some of those people that have these channels and accounts can really, really be convincing. I know that I fell for one of them where I paid like a $59 fee or whatever, and I got this like crap PDF that actually told me absolutely nothing that I didn't know already, and actually didn't provide me the information that they claimed that they would in all of the ads that I had been hearing. And I actually heard that they got sued about it because they weren't actually providing what they claimed that they were going to provide. And they did it in a way where it was very female focused, and it was very focused about perimenopausal and postmenopausal. So it was like very tailored to like the information that I would really want in life, to like, oh, how do I lose weight? Oh, yes, like doing this magical diet, eating the way that they say is, and doing these specific exercises is somehow magically going to make me lose weight and cure my obesity. Well, like, it was honestly, it was just worthless to me because it was the same thing that I've been doing over and over for years, even going to dietitians and going to nutritionists. I can't tell you how many I have gone to and just wasted so much of my time because I followed their plan and absolutely nothing happened. So, I'm guessing that the people that are claiming they're curing their obesity by dieting are truly don't have the disease of obesity to begin with. So, honestly, the whole reason I brought up this comment was not to shame the viewer in any way because I don't think their comment was inappropriate. I'm hoping that it was just seeking for education on the topic. And my whole goal is to really help everyone fight the stigma of obesity because for so many years, just the words that it was my fault and I'm doing everything wrong and I'm such a terrible person and I'm such a horrible person because I have obesity. But I just want you to remember, in the words of Dr. Anya Yasterboff, obesity is a disease and it is not your fault. Now, obesity can be treated with medication, but it cannot be cured at the moment. And it is a chronic and progressive disease, and we need to do everything that we can to halt obesity in its tracks. So, I want to thank you so much for hanging out with me today. My name is Amy, and this is Amy Loses It, and I'm on a journey to lose 180 pounds. Now, I have made such great strides with my health by losing 68 pounds. I've had so many non scale victories. Now, I do attribute some of those to, changing my food intake and changing my nutrition. But do I attribute it to dieting? No. I attribute it to the number on the scale going down, but Dr. Yasterboff did point out that she believes that the scale is controlled by the medication and not controlled by our diet. So, thank you so much for hanging in there with me. And if you have anything to add to the conversation, make sure you leave me a comment below because I will answer you. So, have a fabulous day, and I hope to see you again in the next video. And also, if you like to join live chats, I usually go live every Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. I have a great community here on YouTube with very supportive people who just love to lift each other up. So come on in and check out the live stream and get some support on your weight loss journey.
Four cats, one scale, and a suitcase to pack. Zepbound in hand, there's no looking back. Cruising through this journey, non-scale victories divine. But can Amy lose the weight without losing her mind?